Good morning. Welcome to Peace Out. It said on one. It said 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. I'm like, I'm here. Am I live? I don't know. I'm live. I'm live here. Right. I hope you're having a good morning, and I hope you're learning to peace out just like we all are. It's just such a process, but it has been a fun process, partly because we're actually doing it together, right? We're learning how to peace out together. We're just learning to trust God more, because that's when peace comes, when we truly trust God no matter what. It doesn't mean bad things don't happen. It doesn't mean everything's hunky-dory and going real smooth, but it means in the middle of whatever's going on, good, bad, and different, good, bad, and ugly, right? And pretty, that we've got his peace no matter what. And that's the cool part. That is the really cool part. I got to get a haircut. All right, so we've been talking about the different birds in the Bible. And Jesus started it all, right? Because he was talking about uh, how we can look at the birds of the air and realize that if he takes care of them, he'll take care of us. So we've talked about some different bird stories from the Bible this week. It's been a really interesting study and line of thinking for me. And so today I want to end with one that we've probably talked about several times. I'm not even going to try to say how many times, but we've talked about this one. It's a common scripture. We talk about it a lot. We used to sing it in the 70s. That's no big deal. We sang everything in the 70s. We grabbed a guitar and sang it. We just make up a tune if we didn't have one already, right? But it's in Isaiah 40:39 or 31, and it says this, but. Now, if there's a but there, it means forget everything I just said, basically, right? He's saying that the youth will faint and grow weary, in verse 30. He says the young men will fall, but those who wait on God, those who wait on the Lord, they will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint. So they will mount up with wings like eagles. Now, I have had the privilege of seeing 2 eagles in my lifetime, and both of them were just like, wow. And the one I saw up at Great Salt Plains was massive. I was so close. I didn't realize I was that close to him, but he was massive. And it was just, the wingspan is what gets your eye. That's what actually, I didn't even know it was an eagle. I came back to the office and said, there was this huge bird out there. And she was like, it was probably an eagle. I was like, no, I've never seen an eagle before, but he was big. She said, it was probably an eagle. So I went back and looked at the video, zoomed in. I could see its white head. It was a bald eagle. It was an eagle. So I did see an eagle. I was so excited too. But, they're just massive, and their wings are what get your attention. I was just like, that's just as big as a house. It seemed like it wasn't, right? But those who wait on God can mount up like an eagle, can fly and soar and be majestic and beautiful like an eagle, but it takes the waiting part. That's the hard part, right? So we know that this little passage here talks about, don't you know our Creator doesn't get tired? He doesn't get weary. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't grow faint. He doesn't get tired of us. That's major for me, because people get tired of me, right? And so that he doesn't get tired of us. He understands us. He gets us because he made us, right? And so it says he gives power to the weak. Now, isn't that what he told Paul when Paul said, please take this away from me? And he goes, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. So when we feel weak, we have to rely on God, that's when we can actually be the strongest. The strongest thing you can do is say, I can't do it. The wisest thing you can say is, I can't do this. And then your move is to wait on him and to lean into God and to trust God more. That's the strongest thing you can do. Even when you're facing something that feels like it's sapping your strength, you're facing something that it feels like there's just not a way out. There is no wisdom. There is no solution. There's not a good answer. But when we come to that place, this is the wisest we'll ever be, is when we say, I can't do it. I don't know, but I know the one who does know. And I know the one who can help me through this, whatever this is for you, right? We know that he is the creator, and he doesn't get tired, and he doesn't get tired of us. And as we lean on him, as we wait on him, but those who wait on the Lord, wait, that 4-letter word there, wait, that's a big word. Those who wait on the Lord will find renewed strength. They will mount up. their souls, we should say, will mount up with wings. Because that does not mean you're going to go outside flying like an eagle. Okay, don't mess it up. You're not going to go, oh, I've got God, I'm going to jump off the roof and fly like an eagle. No, let's not do that. Right? But it does mean that our souls can mount up out of whatever's trying to press us down, whatever's trying to oppress us, whatever's trying to talk us out of trusting God. That's what situations do, right? Isn't that what our situations do when they come and we're like, oh my goodness, and we go, I don't know what to do with this. And basically it's trying to talk us out of trusting God. But when we stop and say, I can't handle this, that's the strongest thing you can say, really. I can't handle this, but I know the one who can. And I know the one whom my soul is going to trust in today. And it is God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. And then we find that renewed strength and our soul rises from the dust of the struggles into the skies like an eagle. And it's a representation of our soul and how he makes our soul soar. Not soar, S-O-R-E, English lesson, S-O-A-R, soar, right? Because through his strength, because we waited on him. Waiting on God is sometimes the hardest thing to do because we want to fix it ourselves. We want to mend it ourselves. We probably broke it ourselves, so we think we've got to fix it. Waiting on God is one of the hardest things we'll ever do, but it's one of the most rewarding things that we'll ever do also. And it also shows it's actually not weak to wait on God. It takes some real tenacity to wait on God. And when we do that, like he told Paul, he said, my strength, God's strength, is shown perfect in our weakness. We're in the perfect spot. When we think we can't handle something, that's the perfect spot. It feels horrible. It doesn't feel perfect. It doesn't feel fun. But we're in the perfect spot when we don't know what to do, when we're out of our own energy, when we're out of our own strength, when we're out of our own solutions. That's the perfect place to be because then we can wait on him. And when we wait on him, he becomes our strength. And that's how we go through things with him. He's not waiting on the other side. He's going through them with us. And as we wait on him, as we go through our struggles and go through the things that go on around us in life, we find that our strength will be renewed as we wait on him. So how much strength do you want in your life today? Because it's going to be, what's the right word? It's going to be the same, right? However much I can muster up to wait on him, to give to him, to trust him with, is how much strength I'm going to get back in return. So I'm getting all this out and giving it to him. And his strength is going to come in there. So do you want lots of strength? Wait big, right? You just need a little bit of strength. Wait little and then try to sort it out yourself. And then you're going to have to wait big later too. So let's wait on God today. Thank him for walking through time with us, for never leaving us, and for being our strength. And I actually am going to think about my weaknesses today. This is what I'm going to think about. The areas we all know the areas we're weak in. Most of us know the areas we at least think we're strong in, right? But look at those weaknesses. Look at those struggles. Look at the things that just really get you down. Each of those things, God, when we put them in his hands and we realize we are too weak to do it or too dumb to figure it out, that's right. That's me, right? Then that's when we can rely on him more. And that's when he steps in. And that's when he changes it all. And we have his strength to face all these things. And we're not trying to do it on our own strength. That's the wisest thing any of us can do is wait on God to act on our behalf. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. And that's how we're going to peace out, right? So peace out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.